We know that every verb infinitive belongs to one of three types: verbs that end in AR, ER, or IR. We know how the endings change to reflect who the subject is. Unfortunately for language learners, not every verb in Spanish follows these same three patterns. There are a variety of irregular verbs. They often share some of the same characteristics with the regular verbs, but vary in spelling in the middle of the word or at the end. How are they irregular? It would take a long time to process the various changes to the basic patterns. With some patience and practice, you can learn them over time. Here we will isolate a few common irregular verbs. Let's start with a couple of really unique conjugations: the verb ser, to be, and the verb ir, to go. Let's start with ser. Soy de México. I'm from Mexico. Eres de Puerto Rico. You're from Puerto Rico. Paulo es del Brasil. Paul is from Brazil. Somos de Francia. We're from France. ¿Son ustedes de los Estados Unidos? Are you all from the United States? Ir is to go. Voy al centro. I'm going downtown. Vas a la ciudad. You're going to the city. Ir is also used to indicate what is going to happen. La señorita Vargas va a llamar por teléfono. Miss Vargas is going to call on the phone. Vamos a llegar pronto. We're going to arrive soon. Unos colegas van a comer con nosotros. Some colleagues are going to eat with us. The rest of the irregular verbs presented here are samples of stem-changing verbs. There are many others like them, so these examples illustrated here will help you learn the remainder of the stem changers by following the same patterns. Let's look at the verb cerrar, which means to close. Cierra la puerta is I shut the door. Cierras el libro means you close your book. El recepcionista cierra la oficina a las 6 means the receptionist closes the office at 6. Cerramos la ventana porque hace frío is we're closing the window because it's cold. Cierran el restaurante temprano means they close the restaurant early. What's important to note here is that the middle or root of the verb changes spelling from E to the diphthong IE in each example, except for the nosotros form. This is the same pattern for other verbs that switch from E to IE. Each of them keep their regular AR, ER, or IR endings. Let's have a look at a sample of the O to UE pattern. The conjugated forms of a verb like poder, which means to be able to, for example, follows a parallel stem-changing pattern. ¿En qué le puedo servir? How can I help you? No puedes fumar aquí. You can't smoke here. ¿Puede usted ayudarme? Can you help me? No podemos visitar el parque hoy. Está lloviendo. We can't visit the park today. It's raining. Ustedes no pueden beber alcohol y conducir. You cannot drink alcohol and drive. This sample poder shares the regular ER pattern of endings, but the root changes spelling from O to UE. Again, the nosotros form does not switch to the diphthong. There is one more stem-changing pattern: verbs that transition from E to I in their root. All of the E to I verbs are also IR verbs. There are no E to I changers among the AR or ER verbs. The sample we illustrate here is for the verb pedir, which means to request something, order something, or ask for something. Te pido un favor. I'm asking you for a favor. ¿Pides vino tinto o blanco? Are you ordering red or white wine? Mamá pide silencio. Mom asks for quiet. Pedimos dinero del banco. We request money from the bank. Los señores piden más pan. The gentlemen are ordering more bread. Let's look at some examples of stem changers in action. Querer is to want. Yo quiero un helado, por favor. This means I want an ice cream, please. Los turistas quieren ir a la playa. The tourists want to go to the beach. Preferir is to prefer. Don Julián y su esposa prefieren visitar el museo. Don Julián and his wife prefer to visit the museum. Rosalía y yo preferimos comprar en el mercado. Rosalía and I prefer to shop at the market. Volver means to return. Cuando vuelves a casa asks, when are you coming back home? Los señores Vega vuelven de su viaje mañana. Mr. and Mrs. Vega are returning from their trip tomorrow. Dormir is to sleep. No duermo bien en los hoteles means I don't sleep well in hotels. El bebé duerme durante toda la noche. The baby sleeps all through the night. Servir is to serve. ¿Te sirvo un café? Asks, shall I serve you coffee? Nosotros les servimos tapas a los invitados. We serve tapas or snacks to the guests. And decir means to say. Los médicos dicen que comer en exceso es malo. Doctors say that eating to excess is bad. Siempre digo la verdad. I always tell the truth. Did you notice that the yo form of decir has an additional change of spelling? The C in decir will represent the K instead of the S sound when followed by an O, so there had to be a modification to G in yo digo. A number of verb forms in Spanish change its spelling for phonetic reasons. Not sure if the verb you're using is irregular or not? Look it up.